Grunge became a noun. It seemed a way to pigeonhole a bunch of bands.
Along the way, somebody decided to call it grunge.
What is grunge? Does it involve a flannel shirt?
Welcome to The Grunge. We are a podcast of two professionals exploring the big four of the Seattle sound. Our primary focus are the bands Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Nirvana, and Alice in Chains. Today we will be covering none of them. I am Joseph Rose.
And I am your co-host, Jeremy Wood.
Jerry
Wood.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Jerry just rolled in. Welcome to the show, everybody.
On time.
First of all, not sure if you were on time or not.
Super on time.
All right, let's assume Jerry was finally on time.
I was on time.
He did just come in, and I forget what I said. Are you ready to do this album
said,
or
"I'm
whatever?
ready, man."
And as it turns out, Jerry has once again no idea what album we're even covering today.
I had prepared for something else.
By prepared, what did you do exactly?
It's the same tropes. It's a band we've done consistently, so I can just...
You didn't do anything.
I can motor my way through it.
Did you watch or listen or read anything?
I read a little.
What'd you read?
I read something on Wikipedia, and it was very small. But I can't talk about it because we're not doing it.
Right. He did no research for anything,
Not
regardless
this
of
one.
what we were doing or not doing.
So when you find out what we're doing...
Today, guys, Jerry included, I'll break the news to all of you at once. We are doing Stone Temple Pilots.
Oh, yes, I know.
Today, we focus on their debut album, Core, because we are still entrenched in the fantastic year of 1992. That's where we are.
Yeah.
And Stone Temple Pilots, Core.
Core. I do know this album. I listened to this album a lot.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. My sister had it.
This was on your radar back in the day a bit?
Yeah, because of the Crow.
Through your sister.
Through my sister. The Crow soundtrack was on there. I mean,
Okay.
not the Crow soundtrack, but that's what broke... No, Sex Type thing is what broke me to them.
Yeah, that was their first... That was it. Same with me. That was their debut single from this album. I remember discovering it on, of course, Headbangers Ball, like many things. And you found it through your sister.
Yeah. I think... I'm sorry. The album... through my sister, I wouldn't have bought it at all,
right?
Because it seemed generic to me. But I liked the song. It just was like, okay, I wouldn't spend money on it.
Gotcha.
But I was listening to a different type of genre then anyway.
You were still deep into the MC Hammers.
Not MC
and
Hammer. I wouldn't say MC Hammer, man.
No?
I wasn't into that.
Okay.
But the video was great. There's a guy in another like a warehouse type environment. A woman in chains. It's very moist.
There were chains.
There were lots of chains. It was very wet.
It did look quite
the
damp.
Entendre. It's got Scott. I almost said Scott Stapp. Scott Stapp was there. Scott Weiland.
Was he in that video as well?
No. Scott Weiland walking at me aggressively in the video.
Jerry, listen.
Telling me he's coming.
What's new with you?
Nothing.
We didn't have a chance to really talk very much.
No, we
Jerry
started
came in. I hit record.
Yeah, right on. Yeah.
But you had some. You were stressed out a little from this morning. What's going on?
I couldn't take a shower because it was imperative that we wash our clothes. So I'm coming in here filthy.
Oh,
But it's appropriate for this album. It's a dirty album.
is it?
An album sounds dirty sound, dirty look. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to find some level of. I'm trying to identify with this grunge thing.
Gotcha.
And we've done 15. I think 30 altogether. What other superlatives do I need? What other words do I have to say? Like, this is good.
You're bored of the podcast.
I am not bored with the podcast.
You want out,
because we always
is what
find
you're saying.
we always find something new and delicious to speak about. So I enjoy this.
New and delicious.
Delicious.
Unlike the people in your life,
No,
they are not
they all-
delicious.
They all taste like fucking ham. Now this, I don't have people who taste like lavender or cheesecake. Lavender tastes like soap.
Okay.
But, I don't have that in my life.
Right. That's
But
good.
yeah, I came in a little hot. I went to Media, Pennsylvania. It was just a hoity-toity hub of our Delco lifestyle. I went there, and a guy. Little story, a little something. There's nothing
Let's hear
more.
it.
There's nothing more pretentious than coffee shop talk. There you go in, and somebody. What are the notes of this particular coffee? What are the notes?
Did someone say that?
Somebody asked what the notes were, and it says
Really?
One of the flavors.
Wait. Are you being 100% for real?
This is what I dealt with, And when I hear this type of thing, like I might go in. Like there was a time when I was doing sugar, where I would get like a caramel macchiato, and and I would say
I don't even know what that is.
it's a delicious Starbucks treat, and I would get it. But if somebody in front of me was like, "I'll have a skinny latte with a vanilla almond milk," and it just goes off into this like tangent, like of what this drink,
Yeah.
And I would just to say it, I would want coffee black. I would just order black
Yeah,
coffee.
I mean, I don't know shit about coffee. I don't drink coffee.
Right.
I don't care about coffee. I don't know shit about
I
it.
like a good cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I mean, there
What
are
happened
there are certain types.
between, like, I remember coffee growing up was a thing that the old ladies drank. That's what it was. That's all I knew about
was
it.
your
That was what
exposure
my
to it.
grandmom and her like sisters and random old ladies drank coffee. And it was a black liquid in a cup. You filter the fucking water through the coffee beans and you drink it. When did it become this thing?
I don't know. I know coffee as frustrated mom getting up in the morning, not really wanting to be bothered with it. Let me shut up. Let me do this. It was always like
I'm gonna need my coffee.
It was a key to unlock the rest of the day, and I sort of walked with it. I didn't drink coffee.
That's the addiction.
In my 20s, I didn't.
That's
drink
the
I
addictive
didn't-
nature of
Did not
this.
drink coffee in 20s. To get back to what it was, the guy's looking at this thing. There's one flavor. It's a standard coffee, but it's got a mild hint. It's called Bananas Foster.
Oh.
He's like,
I do love a bananas Foster cheesecake.
I like. Is it too banana-y? And I was just like, and I couldn't hold it. I was like, it says bananas in there, man. I mean,
Yeah.
if you don't want the banana,
You want banana
do
or
want
you
banana,
don't?
or you don't want banana. No one's forcing a banana down your throat unless it's some sort of weird video you're watching.
I'd like to force a banana down his throat.
Yeah, at that point I was like, get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
Is it? What are the notes? Is it too banana-y?
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
it says
sir.
banana.
Yes, it is.
Motherfucker. Drink it. If you
Yeah.
don't want it, just get the regular. Just get
It
the
looks a
regular
little
coffee.
too banana-y for you, sir. I don't think you can handle all this banana.
Yeah, don't. You can't. You cannot possibly take what's going to go down your throat.
You can't handle.
You can't handle this
my
Bananas
banana.
Foster. Then
Jerry.
So to me, I fully recognize that.
Oh no.
But to
I'm
me,
sure you could handle it just fine.
there are 80s sitcoms or 80s TV shows that have two liquids in them.
Yeah.
One is an amber liquid that adults drink during work. Like if you look at Dallas, some guys talking like, I want their oil
Dallas,
company.
throwback.
And he's drinking, and he pours a bunch of what I would imagine is either bourbon or whiskey, but it was always an amber liquid. And as a child, you look at that like, that's what people do at work. They drink through the work day. Or in the other one is coffee. So coffee in the morning.
Adults just drink their way through the day.
Through everything. There's an upper and then there's a downer, an upper and down, and then they drink some more. But if you look at the old sitcom tropes, amber liquid, coffee.
Yeah.
These are two things you remember, from the 80s. Beer didn't really
That's
pop
what
up.
you took away.
That's
from
what I
the
took
80s.
away from it. It's like, how? A car that talks to you and it jumps over shit? Well, that's because somebody's drinking midday.
Right. When I think 80s, I think, aside from the music, like in the general culture, I
music's
take
good.
away boobs, Corvettes, and cocaine.
That's pretty appropriate, and all of them are unrepentant.
Yeah, that's like what I remember
There
of
was
the 80s.
there was no
And great music.
The great music was I love the new age. I mean, if we were doing a new wave podcast, I'd be fucking on
New
it.
New Wave's fine. There's some jams in there, but I'm talking about the other shit, the good shit.
Yeah, you're talking about the cocaine and the boobs.
Yeah.
But that you take that. There's a movie called Bright Lights, Big City with Michael J. Fox that totally ruins the 80s.
I'm not sure I know that one actually.
You should watch it. It's not fun. Like he
No, I
gets
don't
addicted
wanna
to
watch it then.
cocaine. It's like, whoa, dude, this isn't Marty McFly.
No.
But it all comes down to in 80s boobs were like, let's put boobs in it, and they were like, yeah, it had to have boobs. So
Everything seemed to have some boobs.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird. I can't remember who I was discussing this with, but as a younger man, from a young age, a kid, it was all about boobs.
Well, the John Hughes movies, but he didn't do a lot of those.
No, those weren't overly sexual or anything, but
like,
just the culture in general.
Zapped.
And maybe it was my age. Like for me, if I wanted some interesting, like enticing, sexy materials to view or anything, we had the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue.
that was our thing.
That was exciting. You could look at Kathy Ireland in a bikini.
She shaped me.
I was really into Kathy Ireland for a bit, despite the fact, I'm saying all this stuff about boobs, but she had very little boob.
in comparison to others.
She just had this unique, beautiful face that really spoke to me. She had this very square jaw that I found appealing. And
she's tan. I think that followed me. I've always
Tan.
liked dark women.
oh yeah,
Yeah, tan. The swimsuit issue ruined a lot of people's idea of. I can't imagine what youth are growing up with video. I mean, you see everything
now it's a whole different world.
It's a world unparalleled. But
but it was all about boobs as a. That's what we were shown.
Well, actually, the swimsuit issue had more like fashion models in it back when in the 90s and the 80s. You know, they didn't really wasn't like. I think Anna Nicole Smith was unique in that she was very curvy.
Well, she didn't do swimsuit.
She didn't do swimsuit issue, but I remember that being like a huge like look at that.
Yeah, when
you
Anna
know?
Nicole came around, I
changed the
was into Anna Nicole Smith.
I always thought she was a poor man's Drew Barrymore, like a bigger version of it. I like
Drew Barrymore was the poor man's version of Anna Nicole Smith.
See, it's funny how we both were growing up in the same way, and we both have two different.
Yeah, Anna Nicole just had an abundance of stuff to love. I was into it.
Get back to Kathy Ireland though. She's a very successful businesswoman now.
She sure was.
She ruled Kmart.
She killed it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And her voice. She was in a movie called. She was in a football movie.
That's
I forget
right.
the name of
That's
that
right.
movie. It wasn't the Keanu Reeves one. It was something else.
Damn it, what was that stupid movie? I don't remember.
I remember liking it because she was.
Yeah, I did like her though.
This, you know.
And it's weird. She wasn't. Yeah, I don't know what it was. She wasn't like a sex appeal with her. She was just beautiful. Mm-hmm. She was beautiful and kind of wholesome.
Yeah.
And she just had this great look. She had those wild eyes, and she knew how to stare into a camera. But anyway, my point was that it was all about boobs. And later in life, it sort of transitioned more into butts.
Culturally, I think that worked. There's a lot more songs.
Yeah, and for me personally, you know,
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm sure everybody's interested in my
Sir
preference.
Mix-a-Lot brought
Sir
all
Mix-a-Lot, yeah.
all of that look to it, you know, because I think I was watching this thing.
He was speaking the truth at the
What was
time
I
about
watching?
the culture.
When I was watching this, it was just a funny thing. It was something Bill Hader said on Documentary Now, and it was and he was talking, it's just as enticing as a long, flat buttocks from a white woman or something like that. And I was like, we were used to that. I think curvy women came into play.
Back in the day, chicks actively sought to like lose
ass.
their butt.
Lose their ass.
Yeah.
Man. It was too much ass. And it was important. There were the Jane Fonda videos were
What
built
was everybody
around
thinking back then? Gosh.
You know, we don't know.
Nowadays, we have butts.
Cocaine. That's what it was. A lot of
Goddamn.
cocaine. It made people thin. You don't have an appetite on cocaine. You don't eat.
Yeah.
So everyone was all thin and hyped up and
They were just working out like
Working
fucking
out like
freaks.
crazy,
Can't
sweating
stop
all over
running
the
on this
place.
fucking machine.
drinking liquor in the middle of the day and having coffee in the morning, man. It was 1980s, man. Beautiful time.
Well,
And here we are with Stone Temple Pilots.
God bless the modern era of butts.
Yeah.
All right. We do have, should we move into some business?
This is
mean,
people are going to be very excited for this album.
Why?
We have a lot of people on Twitter who've asked about it.
Oh, yeah?
Style. Yeah.
do we even have a lot of people on Twitter?
We have 102. We crossed the threshold. I
100?
forgot that. 103 people.
Congratulations,
Yes,
Jerry. Look
103
at that.
people.
Thank you guys for joining Jerry on
I would like to
Twitter.
thank the Q Review and Dougie Style for all of that because we are we have a very large LGBTQ following, which is fantastic. I'm learning about a lot about the music that genre provides. That genre, but that
I didn't even know it was a genre.
Not genre,
But I
I'm
guess
sorry,
it kind of, you know what I see a lot now? I look at like movies and stuff on Netflix or Apple movies on the Apple TV there. And LGBT is often shown as a genre.
as a genre. Yes, that's why
It shows like LGBT movies. And it'll sometimes include movies that I've seen and am familiar with that, you know, include gay characters or a gay character or whatever. And it never occurred to me. I just always watched these movies as movies. Like if I'm watching a thriller, let's say I'm watching Psycho. It's a movie I love, old Alfred Hitchcock, you know. I never thought to put the genre on that film of heterosexual film. Never occurred to me that the sexual orientation of some of the characters was a genre, and you would specifically look to watch a movie based on the orientation of the characters. I find it weird.
It is weird to put a label on it, and I think the first movie where I was like,
Because is that saying like, if you're a queer person, if you're a person who generally falls into something other than heterosexuality,
right? Do you get?
Does that mean you
Do you get filed?
want to only watch films of people with the same sexuality as you? I would suggest that's not the case.
No.
So I don't know what this is all about.
It's a fine line. It's weird. I remember.
I think it shouldn't be a line at all. I think it's bullshit.
Me too. But there's like the Crying Game was the first one I heard of where they were like where that was the central thing. I won't spoil the movie as to
And
why.
I don't think like I'm not mad about it, but to me it feels like a weird way to categorize people. I want to watch like stories
You
like,
want
with
the
a
art
point.
to stand on its own.
Yeah, of course.
you know,
We're
without
humans, for fuck's sake. Some of us are gay. Some of us are straight. Some of us are Asian. Like, what the fuck ever?
Mm-hmm.
Like, make movies, make them good. Tell me a compelling human story. I don't give a fuck about what kind of people the character likes to fuck.
Right.
These aren't even sex movies. So who gives a fuck?
Now they're put all over. Yeah, I mean, the bird cage is put in there. I mean, it doesn't need to be said. It's obvious. It's not even obvious. It's just it's nice if it works. You know.
Well, that's
You
a
don't-
rant that we just went on.
Well, you know, it's. I think it's true. I mean,
Jerry,
you
listen.
weren't wrong. It is what it is. It doesn't need to be there really.
Let me tell you something, Jerry. Everybody else, listen. I'm going to drop some knowledge on you right here. All right? You ready?
I'm ready.
Our website is thegrungepodcast.com. I would like you all to visit that website. It is urgent. You need to see what's happening on there right now. Thegrungepodcast.com. On our website currently, you will find links to all of our social media platforms, including the Twitter that Jerry is in charge of.
With 103 members now.
All right.
You can be part of the club.
It's blowing up.
The Champions Club.
All right. I handle the Instagram, some Facebook. Find us on all these things. Keep up to date with our shenanigans and important show updates, as it were. Mm-hmm. You can also find a link on there to our YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. We do put almost every episode up on YouTube.
They ones they allow us to put up.
Yeah, we occasionally get something blocked, but for the most part, we do pretty well. We get on there. You can also find a link, of course, to our important Patreon channel. If you want to actually support the show and us creators of the show, that is the way you can do it primarily. And in exchange for your support, you're going to get a ton of very informative, fantastic bonus episodes. For every episode we do here, we're going to do another whole separate episode over there on the Patreon channel. We're going to mail you some stickers. We're going to put you on a fucking Zoom chat where we say and do wild, inappropriate things sometimes.
I know. It's fatherly
Jerry, keep your-
advice. Okay. It's fatherly advice from two fathers.
And various other things. We're doing stuff, Jerry.
I'm going to plug my thing.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
I'm going to plug my thing.
You're ready to do it?
I'm ready to plug my thing.
All right, guys. This is breaking.
breaking.
This is kind of breaking news.
Is this a Patreon or is this
No, Jerry. This is the podcast.
This is the free show. Oh,
Yes. This is for a mass audience.
This is our mass audience.
Tell everybody.
I have been working diligently, and Joseph has patiently been waiting for me to do a thing. I'm noticing all of these little kids with bad haircuts make millions of dollars playing video games. They're shooting each other en masse, and it's the same goddamn thing over and over and over again, and yet they get paid. These people are out there, and they're joining forces, buying huge homes. Well, let Uncle Jerry or Jerry Wood, whatever the fuck you want to call me.
What?
Let Jerry get in there and get a piece of that fat money cake. Let me now start being a gamer. I take the games that we are, the year
Jerry,
that
can you
we are
get
covering.
to it?
I'm going to get to it. Listen, man, this
Okay,
isn't
go ahead. Sorry.
effective. This
sorry,
is huge.
Sorry.
Goddamn asshole. So I am trying to get funnel some money into this thing. We're going to do it millions of dollars at a time now. We're not counting pennies anymore. So I take the top games from the year that we're covering. So right now we're in 1992. Mm-hmm. So I will play like a game like Wolfenstein, which is considered the grandfather of all 3D shooters, which is like Doom.
Never played it.
Other games that are like that. It's oddly enough a little bit more hot button than I'd like, you know?
Sure.
Because it does have a lot of like terrible imagery. However, it was very large. So I will be taking the video game of that year and playing it throughout the year that we're covering, which is interesting. So you get some retro games in there. You can go to The Grunge Games on Facebook, because I don't know how to do the other ones, and they want me to pay to do everything
At
else.
the Grunge Games?
At the Grunge Games is the name of it. It's
I don't
called the
think
Grunge.
people use Facebook that way.
And then there's the Grunge Games. What's what that said the name of the title was in the thing. And then there's the Grunge Games podcast. The Grunge Podcast Games is where we're at. The Grunge Podcast Games on Facebook.
Send me a link to this stuff.
will
I'll
send
add
you a
it to
link.
the website.
Right. And then you can interact with me live, or you can watch the whole 2-hour thing at your leisure.
Okay.
So they're dropping.
Jerry's
a
dropping some video games.
A new
or something.
profit
I
center
don't know.
for me.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody join Jerry on the video game thing. See what he's doing with Wolfenstein. Or
It's going to be Night Trap tonight. It's a B movie horror
Okay.
slasher.
Jerry, we've got some messages from listeners. We should get to those. I feel like it's important to do. We've got messages from quite a few. Let's see. Yes. Oh, shit. We'd better get to these. Our patrons do come with email priority.
Right.
So our messages today are from a bunch of our patrons, I believe. Let's start with the lovely Crystal, Boudreaux. All right.
that nice
Crystal,
way to put it.
referring to our recent Patreon Zoom chat that we had. She says, I had a great time. Thanks for the vape recommendation and for playing The Weekend. It brought me so much joy. I'm the worst at accepting compliments, but wow, thank you. I will have to keep that exact lighting and angle for the next time.
Oh,
Crystal, don't you worry. You're doing just fine, I'm sure, whatever the angle
What,
and
there's going
lighting
to
is.
be another one of these?
Of course. For our patrons.
Yeah, shit.
We're going to keep doing it.
Okay.
We got a message from Mark Morton.
Mark.
He's referring to our recent episode on Screaming Trees. Interesting. The music isn't bad, but like you guys said, it really lacks a punch and a defined identity. It wallows in the middle without making a stand. I guess that in itself is a metaphor for something at the time.
Yeah, we did let the world burn. We didn't try too hard. In fact, the whole thing was slacker. So, slacker
You feel like the
generation.
Screaming Trees were just kind of slacking their way through the making of an
I
album.
imagine their first 17 albums are great.
Right.
And then we got the one.
Was that a later album from them?
That was the sixth
92.
album. That was the
Was it?
sixth album.
Oh,
from
right.
them.
Wow. Fuck. Okay. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, the Screaming Trees were really just wallowing in something. There was some cool vibes there. It's worth another look. I'm going to have to carve out a little time in my life to
We came up with
give them a spin.
term during that. Like, oh,
Yeah.
that sounds good. And then it's not good.
They Screaming Trees
You
the shit out
You
of it.
screaming treat it.
We've got a message from our patron, Jace Sangelia. Yes.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Jace. Good morning, gents. There are few better ways to start the work week than by listening to a review of Alice in Chains' Dirt. I've been on a pretty intense Lane Staley trip for the past month or so, and I was really looking forward to you taking on this gem. My hot take, Dirt is the greatest grunge album ever released. Lyrically, vocally, number of singles and hits, depth of the musical content, this is a bona fide masterpiece. As you mentioned, it is dark and disturbing, but that reflects raw honesty and vulnerability. Hot take number 2, Rooster is a solid track, but I'd argue that it is overrated. I don't think it's as good as Wood, Down in a Hole, Angry Chair, Them Bones, or even Rain When I Die. Jace, let me see. Do I agree?
He also sent a message that he looks like he could dunk on both of us.
Jace, don't you judge a book by its cover. I will fuck you
I'm
up,
pretty sure
son.
he could dunk on
No.
me. I take the charge.
Yeah. I'll take the charge.
Yeah, I'll take the charge.
Let's see. Rooster versus Wood.
take
Down in a
Wood.
Hole. I mean, I really love Rain When I Die. I really love Them Bones. And I really love Down in a Hole. I think all of the most played songs on that album, Wood, Angry Chair, Rooster, those are probably the most played, the most recognizable bits of that album. I think those, maybe because of how played they were, are lower on my list in that album. I love them. I think they're great. I don't have anything negative to say about them. But I think I do like some of the others more if I had to choose.
I would put Rooster above When It Rains or whatever. I'm sorry.
Rain When I Die.
Rain When I Die. I'm
Yeah?
sorry. Yeah, I would put Rooster, but then everything else.
I mean, I love them. It's these are fine margins here.
Yeah, really. I mean, the album all. He's right though. This might be one of the. I said it would never get better than this.
It's a great fucking album.
Dude, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, stuff's gonna get better. It's all better. It's at this point, there are some albums we're gonna personally like more than another, but there's some good fucking albums coming up.
As far as unanimous though, between me and you, that was probably one of the first ones where we're both like this was, and it's top notch.
Jace, thank you very much for writing in. We appreciate it. We've got a message from Jeremy/Jerome Bettis.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Not the bus.
This is the bus.
This is the bus.
Bus, thank you for writing in. He writes in, my boner has been more powerful since I received the Grunge stickers in the mail. Thank you, guys.
Well, that's a Joseph Rose fan right there.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And I'm sure all of your partners are thanking us as well.
I'd like to put a disclismer out there that
no, Jerry, we're not going to put disclaimers.
The stickers do not or not advertised to affect your erectile dysfunction one bit whatsoever. Only Blue Chew can do that.
We don't advertise them that way, but we have actual proof from a listener that it works.
I have one on my car.
Yeah.
And there's got people behind me.
Yeah.
Just popping up.
Might be helping their boners.
Erection.
Yeah. It's not helping yours at all.
No, it's behind me.
Your boner is still lost in time. And last but not least, we got a serious fucking email. I didn't even mention this to you because I was legit. I didn't even respond to this email. I wanted to save this for this fucking moment on this show. We got an email from our lovely friend Ashley, okay? She is a patron. She lives in Florida.
Oh.
She wrote us an email. How I listen to the Grunge podcast was the subject line of her email.
There were no photos or anything.
There are photos, Jerry. Multiple photos, okay? She says,
not encouraging.
I may not have candles, be vacuuming, or doing the dishes.
That's what you're doing.
But this is how I am listening to the new Alice in Chains Dirt episode. Thanks for making me laugh, Ashley. And she sends in 2 photos. One of the beautiful, look at that.
She's on the shore.
She's on the beach there in Florida. The beautiful ocean.
I lived in Florida.
The sun is drifting down toward the horizon. And then a lovely photo of Ashley herself at the beach inhaling the cannabis from a PAX vaporizer. Look at
you're
that.
Not doing it at home.
Look at that. Head.
That's about
earbuds in.
That's fucking great.
Earbuds in on the beach. Weed being introduced into her body. Ashley,
we couldn't even come up with a dream scenario like that.
Look at that.
First thing I would say, that's a good way to ruin your sunset.
Perfect.
You're sitting there listening to the Grunge.
Are you kidding me? That is the perfect way to enhance.
No.
Ashley, that was a fucking fantastic email. Everybody out there.
In our greatest imagination, we would not have come up with that.
Yeah. Everybody, listeners, listen to me right now. Follow in the footsteps of Ashley, okay? She is listening to what we need. We give you all this. We sit here hours and hours at a time. The research that goes into it.
Neglecting my child and my wife.
Right?
I'm
Jerry doesn't give a fuck about his family. He gives a fuck about this podcast. You need to listen to what we ask of you, and I need you to send me in selfies of you listening to the show in whatever your natural environment is. When you listen, do it. Jerry, one last thing. I know we're running late here.
We are running
We are going deep into this episode. This could be a long one, guys. Just strap in, all right?
If it bothers you, just hit the 30 seconds.
Bothers you, just fuck off. All right? There's a shorter podcast somewhere. All right, listen. You've been promising us a statue recreation photo for weeks now.
It is done.
Our patron, Hassiway, sent you in a photograph.
It is done.
It is done. It's not done. Where is it?
It is done.
Send it to me right now.
No.
Why?
It's because it's not on my phone.
Then where would it be?
It's on my other phone. I have 2 phones.
Why would you do that?
Because the other phone has a better camera.
So you finised the photo.
It took a lot
and
to
just
do
kept
that.
it to yourself.
I did it.
What is the purpose?
I did it last night.
Right.
Am I supposed to send it to you so you can put it everywhere?
Yeah, that's literally the idea. You bring it to the show.
I'll send it directly to Hassie. She's the one who sent the picture in. Why would I send it to you?
It's not for Hassie.
She wanted me to do it. So
the listeners send in suggestions for statues for you to recreate for the show.
No, it's a personal touch.
Right.
You don't get
guys. Just so this is clear, so Jerry can never do this again. I'm going to state our intentions clearly. Here's the promotion I'm running as the host of the show. I'm running a promotion where you guys send in a nude statue photo. A photo of a statue.
Yeah, they're nude. Well, how am I supposed to pull that off in a house full of people?
The same way you did the first time.
No one was home. No one's never not home. The pandemic, everyone's
Then
home.
you go somewhere else.
Work?
Find a room. You can't find a room where you can have privacy
There
in
is
your
a
home?
massive amount of setup that goes in these things. Not a massive, but enough where it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
And you're not able in your own home to say to your wife and child, hey, guys, can I have a few fucking minutes of my own in one
so I
room
can take
of my
a
home?
nude picture of myself and
Yeah.
send and put it on the internet,
Like you promised to do.
Well, no one's going to understand that. It's like when I have to leave to do this. Like I might
All
have
right.
things to do, and then
If
somebody will
we
say,
weren't
"Wait,
30
wait,
minutes
wait,
into this
wait."
episode, I would delve into your family life and your
there is never,
AKA
we've already-
fucking prison
there's
that you
no
live
pri-
in.
There is no prison. It is a free.
You can't get a moment to yourself in your
in
home.
the middle of the day.
You can't because you're in prison.
I'm not in prison. I also don't have a garage. Hey, listen, I'm gonna go to the garage and do whatever the fuck I want. It's
Yeah.
a different building.
Right.
Okay, I don't have a different building.
Does a man in prison have a different building where they could go to do that?
To
No,
to
they don't, which is the same as you, Jerry.
Okay.
So break out of prison, get 5 minutes alone as an adult male to do what you want, and give us the goddamn picture.
Okay.
Core is the debut studio album by American rock band Stone Temple Pilots. It was released on September 29th, 1992 through Atlantic Records. The album, Jerry, where are you going?
I'm done with this shit.
Get your ass back here.
I don't want to listen to Stone Temple Pilots.
The album peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Heat Seekers chart and number 3 on the Billboard 200. It was certified, listen to this, 8 motherfucking times platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America on December 18th, 2001, making it the band's best-selling album. Core, as a debut album, displayed the band's attempt to revive the album-oriented music approach of the 1970s. Striving to create an intense and emotional sound, vocalist Scott Weiland, at that time listed in the liner notes only as Weiland, has said that the main theme of the album is that humanity is confused, with songs like Sex Type Thing and Naked Sunday dealing with social injustice. What do you think of that, Jerry?
I had no idea.
The sharp divide between the band's growing fan base and their critics was evident. In the midst of the album's success, the band was simultaneously voted Best New Band by Rolling Stone's readers and Worst New Band by the magazine's music critics in January of 1994.
Is a magazine music critic? What's this? What's the magazine?
Rolling Stone.
Rolling Stone. Oh, so the critics killed it. They praised it and killed it in the same.
The fans said
band-
Best New Band. The critics said Worst New Band.
That's hard.
In January of 94.
Let's go.
Regarding the album's initial reception, Weiland told Entertainment Weekly in 2008, it was really painful in the beginning because I just assumed that the critics would understand where we were coming from, that these just weren't dumb rock songs. And, I'm not going to go off on a tangent here, but I don't appreciate that comment from Scott Weiland.
Dumb rock songs?
What the fuck does that mean? He's up there judging other rock songs. These aren't just dumb rock songs. These are the good, thought out. This isn't AC/DC, who made the greatest rock and roll in the history of the universe.
Right.
This is us. We're on a higher level, man. This isn't just dumb rock songs. This is deep.
Scott Weiland did that a lot, though.
Yeah, right before he dropped dead from heroin,
It
like
took
another
a
fucking
long
rock star
time.
cliche.
It took a long
He was
time
well
for him
on
to
his way,
die.
this son of a bitch.
There was death pulls on
Don
him for years.
Kay of Kerrang praised the band's confidence and identity, unusual in debut albums. However, the album still received mixed reviews overall. Music journalists often blasted the band as rip-offs of grunge acts such as Pearl Jam and Alice in
I
Chains.
don't see that.
Plush won the 1994 Grammy Award for Best Hard Rock Performance. Stone Temple Pilots also won the MTV Video Music Award for Best New Artist at the 1993 MTV Music Video Awards.
Critics don't know shit. Critics don't know shit. You hear that? You can't go by a critic.
I don't usually give too much shit about what critics say.
They said Starship Troopers was a bad movie. That movie's the shit.
Track number 1, everybody. We're going to get into Core from 1992.
33 minutes into
Track
the podcast.
number 1
Let's do
is
it.
Dead and Bloated.
No.
Yes, Jerry.
Wait.
Let's just trample right on it.
Wait.
What am I waiting for?
I'll talk when he's done doing this.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now, you may have noticed we were wearing different clothes last time.
It's a podcast.
Oh.
Most people aren't watching this at all.
Oh, I don't know. The YouTube's pretty popular.
It's not.
It's popular to me. More than 6 people are doing it.
That's true.
Are our levels good? Can you hear me?
I hear you just fine, Jerry. Let me see. I have some
Oh
facts.
shit! Caught.
Do I have facts? All right, I don't have a fact.
I have
about
one
this.
wire, and I wrestle with it consistently.
Why is it so hard, Jerry? Just keep yourself together.
I don't. I forgot listening to this album for a second time how much I'm okay with listening to it for a second time. There's not a lot of albums out there where I'm good with re-listening to Rapid Fire.
What?
Like me listening to an album over and over again, and I haven't done that since I was a kid. You know, like where I'm like, oh, that's a peach, Florida, or that's an orange. Orange.
Yeah. You like to listen to this album over and over again, or what are you saying?
No, I can. There's not a lot of albums where I can do that.
And this is one that you
This
can.
is one, and this album again. Fine, it was in our library. I remember vividly the front cover of the girl with the fisheye lens offering
In your
us-
library.
In the library, it was in the music library.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had this.
Yes.
And we
Yes.
could listen to this at you know, you had to have things in your music library back then because you couldn't just
Like on a
download
CD.
it. Yeah, it was on a CD. You couldn't download these things. They
hadn't invented such a thing.
you had to purchase it. And I always thought when I worked in music retail, like when the MP3, when Napster hit, LimeWire, like you could see that that was the death knell of standard.
Napster really was
brick and mortar. You know?
Napster was really the eye-opening thing.
Yeah, I remember.
Like, you mean I can just search
and get
for
it.
any song and download it right now?
What was the first one you did that with? Because I didn't do Napster.
I don't remember.
I might have done like pro wrestling themes and stuff like that, but I remember the first one I downloaded. It was LimeWire, and it was much later. It was Peaches and Cream by I think it was 112.
That's what you wanted to download.
Because I wasn't gonna pay for it. I paid for what I wanted, and I just wanted to see if this would work. And that was the first thing I ever downloaded. Peaches and Cream. It's a faraway sound.
You always say you like a faraway sound.
I do like the
I remember
faraway.
you said that.
Like that fade. That
I'm not
echo.
always clear about what that means, but
It's
I know
it's
you
not.
like
It's
it.
not. But that echo, that background high pitched squeal, you know, that like say it's like a car passing by you with the horn honking, you know. That I like. I'm wearing white socks today.
And yeah, guys, I guess I'll just say it. This is the second time we've done this.
right.
We recorded. Okay, let me just let you guys inside a little bit. I'm not going to get all into this.
Peel
I'm not
back
going
the
to ruin
wall.
anything.
Peel
The
back
first
the
part of the show, when we introduced the show, read your messages and all that, that was the original and only time we did that. We did that once. But then the rest of the episode, from the start of this album, this is a new recording. We did it once. Let's just say there were issues.
Yeah, we got into a
And
heated debate.
now, this is all new. So we're going to listen to this album for the second time. And we're going to try to get through it without being arrested or having anything go awry.
It went awry.
And it's going to be fine.
We finally found something. Joseph was
We're not,
passionate
Jerry,
enough.
it's over. The story is over. That's the end of the segment where we talk about it.
We'll clip that. We start yelling at each
And
other.
so we're listening to Stone Temple Pilots.
He
Here
tried
we go.
to hit me with a table. I think what lead singer tried to hit somebody with a table?
That was Alice in Chains. Sean Kinney, the drummer, smashed a table over Jerry Cantrell's head.
A table. A fucking table.
I am smelling like a rose. And yes, if you're keeping score at home, I am stoned.
I ran out of coffee. I don't have any.
Good.
I still haven't lubed my arm.
I lubed it, actually.
Did you lube it?
Yeah, it didn't necessarily help, but
No.
just try not to fuck it up.
I wonder why. Yours is fine.
Mine's perfect.
Good song. Dead and Bloated.
I like that song.
1992.
This is, of course, Sex Type Thing.
This is my first exposure.
Mine as well. Saw it, of course, on the Headbangers Ball.
This was this song was thrashed by a critic.
Yeah, I've got some information. Sex Type Thing, according to Weiland, deals with the abuse of power, macho behavior, and humanity's attitude toward women, treating them as sex objects the way Jerry does. Entertainment Weekly's Deborah Frost wrote that Stone Temple Pilots' hit Sex Type
15.
Thing could be Mike Tyson's rape defense transcribed into grunge rock.
Jesus.
It's unclear whether STP, which sounds like it has crash-landed Pearl Jam into Alice in Chains, is condemning or identifying with its narrator. With a real point of view, this band could be bigger than an accident. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see.
Jesus.
Yeah.
We talked about this the one time.
Oh, yeah, this horse shit. Robert Christgau, writing in the Village Voice, felt that the band is hard to distinguish from various other hard rock acts and said that, despite their best power chords, Sex Type Thing shows that they should reconceive their aesthetic strategy. Critique-wise, irony has no teeth when the will to sexual power still powers your power chords.
Wow.
Loser! You're a fucking loser, sir.
But
Okay? Fuck you.
We had remarked earlier, and I thought it was a good point on your. I thought you made a good point. Is that sounds like that was 1992?
Yeah.
That sounds like something that could be written today.
Yeah, that is the kind of fucking internet justice bullshit that I would expect to read nowadays.
Right now. Yeah.
With people. Yeah, don't get me started. Stoned here, I don't want to be negative.
We're not going to be negative. Not today.
I'm going to drink my fucking French vanilla cappuccino.
Ain't mocha. No mocha here.
But yeah, this was my first exposure to the band. A blonde Scott Weiland, looking fit, pushing
Walking.
through some chains.
Walking at us. Just
Yeah.
like he's
Stalking.
coming. Just
Stalking.
aggressively looking at me while the camera's following him. Yeah, it was a dark song, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to be hurt by you, Scott Weiland. This had to be a trip to record, though. This is exciting. There is, like, as much as it condemns all that. These are powerful lyrics that you get to sing as loud as you want. I know you want what's on my mind, and you can play that character. It's like,
I mean, if you wanted to be that
you
character.
don't want to be that guy. In real life, it doesn't work. It just
Yeah.
doesn't. But if you can play like,
I mean, unless, of course, it's a situation where it does.
nah, I can't put myself in that situation. I don't know.
What do you mean?
I've never yelled. I know you want what's on my mind.
I don't think anybody's yelling it.
Hot Cheetos. I like hot Cheetos. That's what I'm thinking of right now. Yeah. Cheeto type thing.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I see the crash landing Pearl Jam into Alice in Chains. I see it.
It's just so hard not to put. I mean, everything came out at once. I mean, it's hard. These guys.
But if it had, that would be different. But
Right.
it didn't.
Yeah.
This came out later.
So it sounded like them already. And there's nothing you can do about that.
They heard them and thought,
Well, these guys just jacked it.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Let's try that.
You think that's what it was? We're gonna go for more of a. I didn't hear this is their first album,
Yeah.
but there had to be something else. There's always something else we're missing.
This is their first.
I don't know. It stands on its own. It's not as top heavy as Bleach.
Like, listen to this right here. Okay, and now remind yourself for a moment of a man named Eddie Vedder. Imagine in your mind, think of early Eddie Vedder. Listen to that voice. Okay? And then just listen to what we know from early Alice in Chains. Like, I see it. Did Stone Temple Pilots members sit down and have a meeting and say, look, guys, we got to try to crash land Pearl Jam into Alice in Chains? I don't know. I don't know if they did that. But they sure as fuck didn't say, let's try hard to separate ourselves and not be derivative of popular bands. They certainly didn't do that.
Well, who does that?
A lot of people do that.
They work hard not to be that, but doesn't that
Of course.
bastardizing your
I
sound?
think a band like Faith No More, I don't think there's a moment when they had to think to themselves, I don't know, guys, our album sounds too much like these other bands.
No.
Because they are so fucking far out there. They're just an original beast, you know?
But
and like I've said, like, these bands were really distinct generally. Alice in Chains has their sound. It is distinct from Soundgarden and Pearl Jam and Nirvana.
Yeah.
And Nirvana has their clear vibe. They have a sound. You know, Kurt's songwriting, Kurt's vocal delivery. You know, Soundgarden had all their wild shit, their time signatures, and Chris Cornell's voice, and you know, all of this stuff. All these bands had a vibe. What would you describe as the vibe of this album?
It sounds like a rock album.
Yeah, it's just...
But, like, I can't place it.
And again, and I'm not shitting on it. I like this album. I enjoy it quite a bit. I liked it then, and it's fun to listen to now.
If it was a shitty album, we wouldn't have redone it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we would have... Yeah, there are albums that we would have been like, that's fine, whatever, let's let it happen.
Yeah. I liked it when it was out,
We gave this one justice.
and I had a lot of fun listening to it, and I still do. I enjoy the songs, and I enjoy the nostalgia that is now attached to
Right,
it.
but
it stands on its own.
It does.
It is good.
It's just, you're
It's
right.
not an album that's reinventing any wheels. That's
There's
for
a
sure.
lot of our fans, or our fans. That's fun to say. There's a lot of people that we online that this is where they are introduced to it all.
Yeah, I see a lot of, you know, we use like a Mount Grungemore artwork that I created
Yeah.
for the show, but I see a lot of versions of that where people have like 3 of those guys and Scott Weiland is in there. And people are always asking, what about Weiland? Where's Scott Weiland on the top 4? Well, I mean, he's not one of them. But yeah, he was cool.
Yeah, you couldn't. I couldn't take any of the bands off and
No.
put Stone Temple Pilots on it.
No.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and they're not from Seattle. That's another
well,
thing.
that's yeah.
That's, you know, the least important factor. I don't give a fuck where a band is from, but it's no small feat that scene happened in that city at that time. Like, that's like a fucking lightning in a bottle that happened in that city. To get all those bands and then some.
Well, maybe the LA rock scene was something
Yeah.
like that. Like Motley Crue.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well,
I
and
can't
that's
think of
and it's
the
just
other one.
that's Los Angeles is where the record business is. You want to be in showbiz, you land in LA. And this was just a weird thing that happened in rainy motherfucking Seattle with all these
Washington.
amazing bands. And then Stone Temple Pilots were from California. What do we got here?
Ah, yes.
No Memory. Nice, quiet, slow intro.
Hey, what's nice is they didn't name it. When we listened, we did 9 Inch Nails and they did Help Me, I'm in Hell, and it was just
Yes.
and it was just like it was something like this, and I was like, at least the title's not as miserable.
Help me.
Help me!
I'm in hell.
Fucking dramatic ass Trent Reznor, man, come on. What would you name this song? If you had an instrumental about you,
About me?
just if you made an instrumental, you've done
know.
instrumentals before?
I'm no fan of instrumentals. Have I,
I love
done them? I have done them. It's been a long time.
I love instrumentals, man.
I wouldn't
can't get enough of them.
I probably wouldn't do another.
I love the bass on this one. I like the bass.
I do like the bass on this jam.
This feels whimsical. Jesus. I could nap to this. I really do. I want to right now.
Why don't we lie down
Let's go lie down.
and we'll do the podcast?
in your bedroom.
No, just right over here on the couch. It's a big couch.
Come on, let's move
We
this.
can
over.
lie down.
We'll spoon and we'll do the podcast. Let's move this.
Yeah, we'll share a mic
Share one mic
One
talking to
mic.
each other.
and we'll just hold close.
Cigarettes and coffee, man. You would
No cigarettes or coffee,
You would
Jerry.
kick me out of the bed.
Yeah.
like most of my lovers
I don't
do.
fucking want any of that. Don't come at me with cigarette mouth or coffee mouth.
Help me! I got cigarette mouth. I'm in hell.
All right, let's see. Sin. This is Sin. This song addresses violent and ugly relationships. That's all we know.
75% of what we talk about with songs is violent and ugly relationships. Not violent, but ugly relationships.
Jerry,
Down
I'm
in the Hole is
noticing
an ugly song.
we both have on blue jeans,
I have the white.
dark t-shirts,
I
and slip-ons. And I am noticing that in addition to your normal fluffy white tall socks, you have your pants rolled up on the bottom. You have them cuffed like what is that
They're
like?
dragging on the ground. The pants are too big.
Your pants are too big.
I'm losing weight, so the pants are getting too big.
Do you pull them up? Are they riding low?
No, they're up on me.
They're
It's
up
just,
on
I Back when I was heavy, I didn't care how I looked. Now
So when you were fatter, your legs were longer.
No, that's not true. These are just a pair of pants that do that.
Oh.
I just threw on jeans because I don't want to wear shorts on this thing again. I hate that. You
Right.
see, the shorts.
It's not a very warm day today.
No. Plus, I don't like the way I look in shorts on
Sure.
video.
Sure.
It doesn't look professional.
It's not professional.
No. And I only have a couple great shirts, so now I have Darth.
What is your T-shirt? Oh, Darth Vader. I didn't
Darth
even
Vader
notice.
taking a selfie, which I
Okay.
I don't know if I like that or not, but it's gray and I can't wear white because it ruins everything.
You often wear a white T-shirt.
Now, white T-shirts are the easy. Tell you, dude, I own 40 white T-shirts.
Yeah. I don't think I've noticed the rolled up pants before.
No, I never did it before.
Okay. That's good. It's a new wrinkle. I want to get you some little spandex jeans.
I don't like that.
Let's put you in some
I've seen
spandex
people like
jeans.
that.
I'm wearing them right now.
Oh, they're not as tight as I would think spandex would be.
They're as tight as you want them to be.
All right, well, what do you do? How do you do it?
I have some tighter ones.
Don't wear tight pants. That's terrible.
I mean, I generally wear kind of tight pants.
Yeah, they're not tight though. They're not
No.
tight.
I mean, they're not restricting in any way.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Holes in my eyes.
You know, you can show off that butt a little, Jerry.
I don't have an ass.
Let people see your butt.
I have no ass.
No ass?
No ass,
No.
dude. I'm built like a bowling pin.
Nice.
It's just it's no good. No ass, flat ass.
How's your fitness journey? We haven't checked in on your health journey recently.
I had some.
I noticed you've been smoking and drinking a lot.
Yeah,
How's everything going?
that's not good. Yeah, I think I've been drinking a lot. I have actually noticed that my beer intake's been high.
We checked in when you were touching your goal of 160
Yeah, I
pounds.
lost it.
What happened now?
I had
Where are you now?
butter pecan ice cream. It's funny. People don't like that.
I mean, I've had it. It's been a long time.
It was not bad, and I ate a lot of it. Then I had pizza.
So wait, what are you up to now? You gained
I'm back to 163.
163.
Yeah, 2 pounds.
That's right about where I am, actually.
But you're about 5 inches taller than me.
True.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That's true.
That's a thing. If you could
I was just trying to be
yeah, you're trying to be nice, but like I know 5'6" versus what are you?
5'9".
5'9", so 3 inches. That's big.
Yeah.
It's taller than me, and you can gain that much weight and not have a problem. I'm like a small little bulldog, you know.
I feel better if I'm riding around 155.
I need that.
I like 155.
I think 150, 140 for me would be the way to go. I was 125 pounds mostly up until my
Really?
30s.
That's small.
Really little guy, you know. People
Man.
like to the point where people would pick me up. Like I go to parties and like some big guy would be like, "Oh, look at this guy!"
Yeah,
And
I don't
he'd
need that.
I didn't like that
Yeah,
at all.
I'll kick a dude right in the nuts. You wanna pick
High-faced
me
a
the
lot.
fuck
These
up.
people pick me up and you don't know what's coming. They pick you up by the shoulders and my hand just goes
Yeah.
right down their fucking. No, that's
Yeah.
my move is to palm their face.
Yeah, I just like just a nice open hand strike right to the fucking Adam's apple. That's all you just right in the fucking throat.
Yeah, I used to get picked up a lot. And then put back down. Jerry, how are you? Picked up and then put back down.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck that.
It happened. Manhandled. All right, led to what? The man I am today. That's why I gained 80 pounds and said, like, no more.
I need to be heavier so this dude stop throwing me around.
I've had 3 cheese steaks.
Just embrace it, you know? Just, you're a sub. It's just what it is.
I'm not embracing that.
You are
But
what you are.
in the interview I did, I said that.
Nothing wrong with it, Jerry.
Sub
Everybody
and
needs a
dom.
sub, you know?
I'm not going to be the sub.
I'm gonna have a snack. I don't know if I've ever had a snack on a
You've eaten
podcast.
on the podcast. You got to
Have
silence
I?
your mic. People will hear you, too.
Have I ever done this before? Guys, I'm high. And
And Joseph's eating his space food.
I'm gonna eat
It's
this.
always brown and breaded. It looks like it solves
Sniff
all of the
Sniff
things.
this fruit bar.
That's so anti-COVID. I'm gonna
Give
do
a
it. I'm gonna
fuck.
sniff it. But all right, let me sniff your bar.
No, really sniff it.
I'm not gonna put my nose in your fucking.
Put your
food.
nose in it.
Put a rag on it and put your nose in it.
Sorry, guys. I just need a little snack right now.
Don't- yeah,
I'm
get
feeling a
the
little
mic
bit of the
away from me.
munchies. We get some ASMR up in here.
That's what's happening. There's some podcasts I listen to where they do not. They're unrepentant. That's why when I drink coffee, like I'll move my head away from the mic so I don't hear that swallowing noise.
Yeah.
There's just some people eat on. If Stern used to eat on his mic all the time, back in the early times. Great song. Another legendary hit from Stone Temple Pilots.
What?
STP. Richard Petty drove the STP car in NASCAR, I believe. I think it was Richard Petty.
What is this? Naked? No. Yeah, Naked Sunday. Track 6, Naked Sunday. All right, let me put my snack down. I have facts. According to this fucking Scott Weiland, this song is about organized religion, about people who tell others what to do and what to believe. They switch off people's minds and control the masses, blah, blah, blah.
Computer God did it better.
Scott Weiland, yeah. Well, Computer God did everything better than most songs in the world. Thank you, Ronnie James Dio. I love you.
This is the first song where I would look at it and say, yeah, Pearl Jam. This has got a thing. But later Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
Like Do the Revolution type deal and all that.
What'd you just say?
Or Revolution, whatever the fuck the song's called. I heard
Do
it.
the Evolution.
I don't know. I heard it yesterday. It's what my radio said at me. I looked at it. And I have like an older radio, older car. So it just takes what it says and it leaves words out. It's like Jam, Evolution, MMR. You know?
All right.
It was fun.
I like it.
I remember doing homework to this album a lot.
Yeah?
I
never did homework.
I tried. It was when it's when my parents first, not my parents, my dad and my stepmom got together and we moved into with them. So we had it was the first time we blended the family. So this is the rock album that would have defined that aspect.
It's like a little fucky Brady Bunch.
It was weird, yeah, man. It wasn't easy.
Yeah?
At first, for them, I can't imagine. For people, divorced people who remarry and have to introduce children to other children again, it cannot be easy.
Yeah.
Me and my brother knew each other before it all, though, you know?
If you ever have a kid with another woman, you might have to do the same thing.
Oh, no. Fuck, dude, I'm not having any more kids. I'm done.
Yeah.
I did it right. I did it right the first time.
You got a vasectomy or anything?
Not yet.
You're going to get one?
I'm just going to heat up a paper clip and put it in my urethra. That should do it.
All right, Jerry.
Stone Temple Pilots. Naked Sunday.
I always think about a vasectomy. I would like to
I know
have
a lot
one.
of a lot of my.
I wish I could just have
a lot
it.
of my peers have.
Like right now, I just want to hit this button and just have a vasectomy. Bam,
That's
done.
usually the noise.
Done. Like, I
would
just
like
want
it.
that.
This is my vasectomy.
No, don't do it, Jerry. Oh my God.
That's my vasectomy. What's
Never
that? Where's
push
that going?
buttons, Jerry.
How long would that have gone on for? I like that
long
noise.
time.
That noise is great.
Yeah. I would like to get one.
There's this thing I did on the video game thing I do, and I have sound effects on mine too. And then I wanted to put a boo. In one of the games, Wolfenstein, you have to shoot a dog. You have to shoot dogs. It's
Oh, that's
upsetting.
nice.
It's terrible. And I wanted to put boo.
Nice
I hit
game,
boo.
Terry.
I hit boo. I wanted to hit the boo button, but instead I hit like this jaunty jazz tune. So this dog goes yip, and he goes boom, 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 boom. Like, no, that's not what I wanted.
Why do you play these violent video games?
Because it was popular when this was popular.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein. Like now I'm so ultra paranoid. Like every time I'm just like, Mike has to be.
Last
right
night,
here.
I was up late. Jerry was over my place last night.
Yeah, we hung out.
We were watching some UFC fights. Jerry did leave before the main event.
Frozen Strike. I did the right thing. You would have to know.
I stayed up and watched the end of the event, and I was tired and stoned at the end, but I was like the right amount of stoned where I for a moment I considered coming out here to do a little podcast by myself.
I don't get that. I want to do one by myself. When can I book some studio time?
Why would it be by yourself?
Because you do it by yourself.
I already live here. I just come out back and do a podcast.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, tit for tat here. I would like my own.
So do your own.
Jerry's Happy Hour.
Do it.
Cool.
Who's stopping you?
No one, really. I just don't know how to program my phone to this.
Oh, you can't touch the roadcaster. That's
Well, then what the
different.
fuck? What am I supposed to do?
Oh, you're gonna come over here to do it? I thought you meant just do it at your house.
I don't have the hosting. I don't know how to do all that. I'll just send you the file then. Can I do that?
Jerry, we're on track 7.
Oh, that's
Creep.
no. Let's not kill this. This is plush, isn't it?
See,
No,
this
not
is
plush.
creep,
This
Jerry.
is creep. My apologies.
How do you not know plush?
I fucking lost my mind there. I'm trying to have a
Jesus
conversation
Christ.
with you, and you cut me off. So now I gotta.
How'd I cut you off? What is up?
I said I was in the middle of a thought, and you were like, "This is."
Oh, sorry. What do you want to know, Jerry?
Well, I'm just gonna send you a file. I'll do things at home.
Yeah, go ahead.
And where am I gonna put it? You're not gonna. Are you gonna
Put it right in your ass, Jerry.
Ah, you ass.
All right, how about that?
Cocksucker. How
Jerry.
dare you? How dare you? How dare you? You
Again, with these insensitive
you
comments.
have captained this ship.
Oh.
You've captained this ship. And your yeoman is not allowed to have any input.
What?
The man who steers the boat helps you steer this boat.
Yeah.
This colossal vessel that we
Jerry,
run.
not only do I welcome and grant you input, but you have your whole own arm of this organization, the Grunge Games.
I understand.
You've
that.
got an entire system at play that I have no hands on whatsoever.
right, but that's
A fresh outlet
But
for
why-
you
why
to
would
express
we-
yourself.
I understand, but no one's looking at that. Why
Well,
can't I
whose
just
fault is that?
talk to my audience?
That is your audience.
Bunch of gamers? No, I'm not doing that for that. I'm
are you
funneling
doing?
into the Patreon. I'm trying to funnel into the Patreon.
How is it going?
I don't know. I don't
You don't know?
I don't know.
I think we would know if it was going overwhelmingly
I don't
good.
know how to do a
think.
promo code.
What?
I don't, say Grunge Games and get like a sticker. You'll always get a sticker though if you sign up for this.
Yeah. I need to get new stickers also. I'm just about out of stickers.
Send whatever you got.
Patrons. Well, I mean, our
Send
Grunge,
other things.
Like what?
Send whatever the other stickers over there.
What? What other?
The Record Club ones. Send those instead.
Oh, Record Club? Well,
Everyone,
no.
people will like that.
I mean, they're not signed up for Record Club. They're here for the Grunge.
The $20 tier, the $50,000 tier, you get to come over.
That's
for,
right.
You get to come over. And
If you
listen to
join the
records.
$50,000 tier, you can come to Record Club, and we will give you weed
and no food.
and a fucking pillow fort. We're gonna build a fort. I desperately want to build a fort and have a sleepover. It's gonna be great. We're gonna get Crystal Period, Boudreaux, and John from where's he from? Vermont.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get young John, Crystal. Jess is invited, but I don't know if she wants to have fort time with us.
No. I don't even know if I want 4 time with us.
When we proposed building a fort in her living room, she looked a little weary
I
of
wasn't
that
into
idea.
it, that's for sure.
She was like, "Hold on a minute, motherfuckers. Don't go too far."
No, wait. We can't. We
I
can't
said
put
we
it-
can hang out. I didn't say y'all could build a pillow fort.
What about the chairs? I need all 4 of your dining room chairs. That's the basis for the fort.
Yeah. I feel like Crystal and John would be into it. You know?
Yeah,
I feel like
Jess would be into it too.
John's quite young. He's in college. He's probably in a pillow fort right now.
I don't think anyone.
He probably listens to the podcast in his fort.
Hey, here's a little assignment for you guys.
And Crystal knows that once we get under that pillow fort, we're gonna have some weed, and we're gonna hotbox the shit out of each other.
Then we're gonna burn the
So
pillow
she's
fort.
down.
Burn the
to
pillow
party.
fort down. In the middle.
I'm
Save
just
the-
kidding,
save the
guys.
fort.
Oh, hey, wait, guys, damn it, I forgot. Also, you already know this song, right? Who cares? Go to thegrungepodcast.com. Okay, guys? Please, whatever, do the stuff. Get on Patreon, send us emails. Big ups to Brooklyn.
Go to Joanne Fabrics and construct a fort and send it to us.
I want pictures of forts,
While
everybody.
you're listening to the podcast with
Send
candles
us
in the fort.
the fort
Yeah,
pics.
and light the candles with fire. Light the fort with fire.
Jerry?
Light the candles. Light the fort.
Light the candles with fire,
Light the candles
as
with
opposed
fire.
to
As
with
to
other
the-
substances that you could
With
use.
sulfur.
Rain down actual hellfire upon the candles
I
and
gotta
the fort.
cut some words out of my vocabulary.
Like what? Mr. Bungle, all the racist words that you use.
I don't use racist words. They're okay.
All right. The sexual words that you use all the time. The sexist, rather.
Sexual words I use. Moist. Penetration.
You are sexual and sexist at the
Sexist
same
and
time.
the sexist, sensual sexist.
Yeah, I love this jam. Come on. This is number 8, Piece of Pie.
Let me see a piece of pie. Oh,
I know a Jerry, very small. Sorry, just kidding. What?
Start pushing
No,
buttons,
don't push
man.
any buttons, Jerry. Yeah, I mean, this is Alice in Chains. They're doing an Alice in Chains impression here.
No, that's not it.
Come on.
I don't hear Alice in Chains.
Really?
No, I don't hear
Listen to this.
it. It could be anybody.
Dude.
That's it.
Yeah, I hear it big
I
time.
don't-
They crash landed
They
Pearl
could have
Jam.
possibly-
They crash landed Pearl Jam into Alice in Chains.
The albums are in production almost at the same time,
No,
aren't they?
definitely not. These guys came in slick with their California shit after they heard what was going on in Seattle and said, I'm going to go, whoa, yeah! You know, he's going to do it.
He's going to do the whole thing. He's going to go from Lane Staley to Eddie Vedder.
He's doing
It's
it.
not easy.
I mean, I'm not saying it's easy, but it is their goal.
Nah, I don't think they did that.
Yeah, they did it.
It
Look, I like the album.
It was just too close.
They
were
did it
too-
good.
They were released too close to each other
Listen
for
to
that
this.
to be a thing.
Dude. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a little.
Somebody's an Alice in
That's a little
Chains
damn-
fan.
That's a little damning.
Yeah.
there.
Somebody likes the Dirt album, and I do too.
Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah.
Hard to defend. Yeah. But that's okay. Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
They did it good. I'm just saying. Derivative. Still a fun listen. I don't have bad feelings about it. Just saying. Let's call a spade a spade.
Okay. Well, I maybe there's some influences here, but I don't think they crash them into each other by a long shot.
A man in a suit conceived this idea. Probably not really.
I don't think so.
But it's derivative is all I'm saying.
I mean, Creep. I mean, that doesn't sound like anybody.
The vibe is throughout this album.
Interstate Love Song on later albums didn't sound like
another
that.
album.
That's another album, I know, but it didn't sound like that. Yeah. Okay, well,
It's
this
good.
is the
It's
only
good.
song.
No,
that
come
would,
on, there's
that
a lot
would-
of songs.
That you would say that about.
A lot of songs.
Ugh.
What?
It's just hard to defend.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But then there are other bands that later that would obviously jump on the backs of these other, the big four that we're talking about.
Sure.
We Godsmack again took Alice in Chains completely.
Yeah.
They
don't even, you know.
They were unrepentant.
Godsmack isn't really just even on my radar.
Unrepentant about it.
I don't give them a thought.
You should.
I listened to Godsmack when they first became a band. I found their album and gave it a chance, and I
liked
I
Voodoo.
gave it plenty of listens, but you know,
I liked Voodoo. I respected that. I thought that was fun. That was a good
fine.
song. I also liked that the guy was small. Like Sully's very small.
yeah.
Totally, whatever his name is. I don't know what his name is. Very small.
you like a fellow small man.
I do. I think they always get like, hey, good for you. You did it. Michael J.
Yeah.
Fox and the guy from Godsmack. Good for him.
There you go.
And Tom Cruise is very small, too.
I love Tom Cruise.
I know you
Tom
do.
is the man.
You know, Vanilla
Big
Sky.
up, Tom.
Vanilla Sky doesn't get a lot of props, and it should. That movie was just weird.
Eyes wide shut. Come on, Jerry.
I think that was a victim of.
Kubrick's last film.
It was, but I think it was a victim of like too much like press. Like people thought, oh, it's Kubrick's last film. You go and you watch it. It's just not good. You know.
I like the
It's
movie.
okay.
Yeah, it's
It's
interesting.
aight. It's interesting. It's very interesting. It deserves a second chance. I worked at a movie theater when that came out, and I'm like, and it ended. Things should end. I won't spoil it, but
Another
you know.
good example of what married life can be like.
Yeah. He walked in. He stumbled into that shit. Like, what the hell's all this? People in masks?
You want to go to a thing where there's a lot of people in masks?
No, I don't like that.
Huh, Jerry?
No, I want to face my enemy.
Hey, listen.
I want him to look me in the eye.
If you want to go to a thing that sort of maybe resembles a vibe like that, I can make that happen.
Nah, man. I've already.
What do you think?
I've already been to Boots Corners. It's a perfectly fine farmer's market. Which
Coming into track 9, I wonder if anybody's ever heard it. It's called Plush.
See, an original sounding song.
I mean,
Oh, how many
in
Eyes
what
Wide Shut
way?
parties do you go to?
How many would you like to go to?
Well, I didn't know there was a fucking hotline.
I mean, look. I mean, you know, people have parties
I know people
for
have
different
parties, yeah.
reasons that look like different things.
Do you get to wear a cape at your parties?
For sure.
You wear a cape?
Jerry. We'll talk after this.
No, I want to talk about your cape. Do you own a cape?
I don't have a cape. I don't wear a
You should own a
cape.
cape. Everyone should own a cape. If you go to those parties, you got to have a cape.
Not all.
No.
You're not always required to wear a cape.
You should wear a cape. That's a lost art, the cape.
I don't know that it's
It's
art
lost.
or if it's
an
lost.
art. It's a pull off a cape.
You want to go to some
No, I don't want to
Some
go to a cape orgy.
less than the most usual parties?
No.
Why?
I don't care to go to parties.
Why?
I already talked about this last time on some things. No. The
Why?
smell. No.
What
I don't want
smell,
to. The
Jerry?
smell.
What are you talking about?
What is at this unusual party?
It's whatever you want it to be, Jerry.
All right. Well, then I want it to be chill,
It's chill.
and I don't want to go.
Whatever, Jerry. I don't understand
I want it
you.
to be chill, and I don't want to go. I'll see you at the party. Never. I have to know what I'm walking into as well, and it has to be a lot of windows.
You're walking into life,
I want it to be a
aka
Villa
the
orgy.
unknown.
Nah, I don't want to walk into the unknown.
Well, Jerry, just end it now. I think
What
you've
now?
exhausted all the
No, I
possibilities
like.
of life that you're
I
curious
have
about.
acquired all the things I like.
You have no
and now
curiosities left. You have no desire for more. You
Curiosity.
don't want new experiences.
I
You're
may
not
be-
interested.
Walking into a cape sex
Forget
party.
the cape party. Fuck it. But it can be any other thing in the world
Cape party.
that you've not yet experienced.
I'll do that.
And you don't want any of it.
You don't know.
What do you want then?
You don't know.
What do you want
I
for,
don't
Jerry?
Want anything right now. I want this. I want this. I want this to work.
What to work?
I want this album to be played. I want us to talk about it.
We're doing it.
and we're doing a great job of it.
That's right.
That's what we're doing now.
So what else do you want, Jerry?
Well, after that,
Do you have any new experiences on your radar that you're like eager to experience
do
one
you
day?
do you have any of these things?
Yeah.
Okay, example. You seem to be very interested in what I want.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I asked.
No, I'm
That's
not
the
going to tell
question.
you. No, these things are private.
Why
This
is it
only me.
private?
It's private. 'cause
So
I-
you have private things that you're striving
I'm
for.
very private. Even if I wanted to go to your Cape sex party, I wouldn't tell people.
There's no Cape sex party. I never
Oh.
said that.
Oh.
No one ever said that.
You don't have a Cape sex party then?
No, I literally just told you I don't even have a cape. So how could I be at a Cape sex party?
So it would just be a sex party. Well, that wouldn't be fun.
Sex parties probably are fun, Jerry.
Well, not without a cape.
That's what you're into.
Put a cape on it.
Yeah. All right.
I have private things. I want to paint.
It's just.
I want to
it's
learn
a-
how to paint.
I need to forget
I learn. I
that
want to
there
learn how
can
to
be
paint.
any human element to this podcast. It has to be a rigid. Let's make noises over the songs.
No, there's a
and never,
I've been human as fuck
No,
during this whole thing.
I'm
I've
just
showed
asking
every range
you,
of emotion.
I'm just asking you. In your life, generally, and I'm
I
not
would like-
focusing
I
on
would
any
like to-
specific area.
I would like.
What do you want for?
What do I want? I want to be. I want to create.
What are some new
want to-
experiences that are on your
I want
radar
to
that you
paint.
desire that you haven't yet been able
I
to?
have not been able to paint a real portrait. I've always wanted to do that. I'm looking to do
Have
that.
you finished painting the picture that you owe our patron
Yeah,
Jess?
dude. Yeah, I have postage. It's actually at work. It's gonna get mailed out.
Why would you bring it to work?
Because I don't want to pay for postage. They'll pay for postage.
What's the holdup? Is it sitting somewhere for a month now?
Well, they don't. The accounting's not open on Saturday, so I have to go up on.
But it's been 9 weeks.
I know when it's been.
Well, what's
It takes a
happening?
lot. That thing's gone through like 4 or 5 different amalgamations.
All right.
It's not easy to paint. And I'm trying. I'm
So
learning.
wait, you didn't answer me. Are there any do you have any ideas, like things in your life that
I
you
would like to learn how to fly. I've always wanted to fly. A
What do you mean
helicopter.
fly,
Fly a
John?
helicopter. I've always wanted to do that.
Have you ever flown in a helicopter?
I have.
Have you
3 or
ever
4 times.
considered learning to fly one?
Yeah. You got to plan for that. It's expensive.
Have you planned for it?
No, not yet.
When do you think you'll get to that?
I don't know.
You're heading into your mid 40s now,
Yeah.
and how much time do you have?
Not sure I'm gonna live into my 70s. As just a 70-year-old dude in a helicopter.
You're pretty
flying
sure of
over.
it?
Yeah,
You're pretty sure
I'm
you're going to make it
absolutely-
to at least what,
Absolutely
75?
certain I'm gonna outlive everyone else who says I was gonna die before them.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
All right. So when do you think you'll get into the helicopter
I don't
flying
know, man.
thing?
They said it was a hope. It was a dream.
Do you have any desire to pursue it?
I don't have the funds to do it right now.
It's just a monetary thing.
Yeah, it's mostly monetary. I always wanted to do that. It'd be fun.
I'm sure
Being
it
able
would.
to being
It'd
able
be
to go to Atlantic City and back.
I think it would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, be in a helicopter.
Yeah. I am scared. I would be scared to. I've never been in a helicopter.
Oh no, it's great.
So my first time in a helicopter, I'm going to be scared. But I would do it.
I was. Fuck.
We do, at the drop zone here and there, like at our 4th of July celebration, there was a helicopter there. We were doing helicopter jumps. I was not. Other people were doing it.
Right. It's loud.
You have to have at least a B license, which I don't have yet, so I was not eligible. But it's a thing I would like to do.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I've been in like 3 or 4. The first time I was on everything.
This is track 10, Wet My Bed.
I'm so happy. Help me, I'm in hell.
This was
So wait, what else, Jerry? I like to know about these things. I never knew you wanted to fly a helicopter.
That's one thing.
Yeah, what else? You got anything that's a little... What would be a little more doable? Like maybe not so... Like I understand the cost of that is probably high, and you don't have the spare money for that, which is totally understandable. Is there anything that's maybe less prohibited? Something that could be more...
I think we're on what I want to do. I think we're on the right track here.
What?
For me getting some level of getting out of doing what I don't want to do. You know what I mean? I'm more focused.
You just mean the podcast.
I would the podcast, the other things we're doing, and I'm funneling. We're getting experience doing this,
Sure.
which is huge.
What kind of experience?
Well, we're learning to talk on mic, and I'm trying not to curse as much or yell bad words into this thing.
You don't like to curse?
But no, I say some terrible things on this sometimes.
You do. They are your true feelings.
Just so blanket, man.
I'm just saying, it is true. I mean,
but
no one's making you say them.
No. Again, yeah,
It's
we are
just
very
what's in your heart.
It's not in my heart. It's what the stream of consciousness has led me to say at that very point. And sometimes I regret it. But I think it'd be cool to get paid to do what you love. For people to actually.
That's the dream, right?
The Patreon thing is a quarter of that. Like it's neat that people are actually paying to listen to
Track
that.
11, Cracker Man.
Yes, this is you.
Love this one.
Said this was played by Velvet Revolver when you saw it.
Yep. I saw Velvet Revolver play this song at the Electric Factory, a fairly small venue in Philadelphia. And whoop-de-doo. I saw it.
Yeah, it's good. Again, not really like an offensive song on this album. Good time.
I love this jam.
You like high energy rock and roll. See,
Come on, Jay!
You like that driving rock. I would say I don't like this one as much.
I don't care, but I don't care. Oh man, did they get Lane Staley to guest on vocals? Nope, that's just Scott Weiland.
Jesus, cheers.
That's just Scott Weiland
We didn't do
pretending.
this. We didn't do this.
He's just
last
pretending to be Lane
time.
Staley.
We didn't do this last time. That sucks. It's hard to ignore though. But he didn't sing like this later.
Sure he did.
Not all the time.
Come on, Jerry! Oh, sang the wrong part. I'm stoned, I am fucking stoned. Get away, fucking Jerry. I would like to sing every song about you, Jerry.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate that tribute.
Wild figure!
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shaha. Fire.
Yeah, that's a nice little
It goes.
solo.
This doesn't sound like anybody to me. This sounds
This
just
is
like
wildly original and innovative.
trans.
What is this sound this band is making? I've never heard anything like it.
It's just so unique, and only to them.
What are you doing, Jerry? Get off your phone, Jerry!
Oh, I'm just looking.
Jerry's back on the phone again.
Just looking. I want to have facts too.
What kind of facts?
want
We're at the
facts.
fucking end of the album.
Is this it?
No, we have one song left.
Oh.
You gonna start with
All right, well,
facts
there it
now?
is.
Go
I
ahead,
was
Jerry.
trying
What do
to
you
give a
got?
Shit midway through the.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the end. Jerry's gonna find facts now.
I'm gonna start talking to you.
Jerry
about
does his
facts.
research after we've done the episode.
Yeah, then I go on the Grunge Games podcast, Graham's Games stuff, and then I
Great.
talk about it there.
I'm rolling.
Yeah.
Final track, number 12, Where the River Goes.
Yeah, I like this one.
This was my late night jam.
Yes, sir.
Late night, dim the lights, maybe light a candle or three.
fort.
Maybe put the headphones on.
Get your fort up.
You know, get in my chill fort vibe back in the day. Fire this jam up. This was my nighttime jam. Sometimes I would just get in the mood for this one. I'd be like, yeah, let me fucking zone out.
It's bad.
And back then I was not a stoner. I had no weed. And in retrospect, it would have been pretty nice had I had some, but I was okay.
Well, no, this again. We talk about stoner rock and the sludge and the just
Yeah,
the
this is just
driving.
has a nice sort of sprawling vibe to it. It just
I go on YouTube now.
has a unique little sense of wonder to it, maybe an expanse.
I gotta start paying attention to the music I'm listening to. I go so I'll put on a stoner playlist, stoner rock playlist for YouTube, and it's just so it's just so good. And I never look at the bands. I should really look at the bands I'm listening to because I forget the songs. So I like this type of vibe now.
Fuck the farmer done died. Oh yeah, on the first go around, I told the story. I guess I should mention it. That part of the song, and it gets repeated. Scott sings, "Bought the farm, but the farmer done died." That's what he says.
Yeah.
But back then, when I first heard the song, boy, it really sounded to me like Scott sang, "Fucked the farmer done died."
Fuck the farmer to death.
And that's a much funnier lyric, and I like that version better, maybe.
Fuck the farmer.
Yeah, it's great.
It works.
Now, whenever you listen to this song, guys, if you are a fan of Stone Temple Pilots, play this song and only sing "Fuck the farmer done died." Sing it.
It's a little savage.
Hey, man, I didn't write it. It's Scott Weiland.
Fuck that farmer. You done died.
Fuck that farmer. Yeah, come on, we missed it. Damn it. Sing that song in. Yeah. Woman. Oh, Jerry, you all right? You over there? You having trouble staying awake?
Yeah, I'm a little tired.
Jerry's gonna need a little nappy nap.
You put on Help Me, I'm in Hell Again. I can fall asleep. As I went to bed, what is the song?
I literally got a text from my friend Crystal, who is also one of our patrons. Not Crystal, period, another Crystal.
know.
And Crystal texted me, I guess, while she was listening to the 9 Inch Nails episode where we talked about Maisie the dog falling off the fucking balcony.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm just listening to this episode. I never knew he had a dog that fell off the balcony. This is fucking depressing.
Yeah, now it's bad.
It's like, yeah, it kind of sucked.
My dog died. Oh, let me write all this miserable shit. Fucking died.
And we were talking about just balconies and rock stars do not mix.
Yeah, it's bad news.
Either throwing televisions or children or dogs off of the fucker, it's a bad situation.
How is the whole, we haven't followed up on this from a previous episode. How is the whole new polyamorous lifestyle going at home with you?
That went nowhere. There is no polyamorous.
No, it's not working out.
I was on the phone with my friend Andy, our mutual friend Andy. I asked, I was like, hey, we need to start doing that. And she's like, no. And I was like, all right.
Your wife?
Yeah.
She said no.
Yeah, she said no.
Oh.
I was on the phone with Andy. I want to be polyamorous now.
And she
she's
was not
she's
open
like,
to your
no.
desires.
Yeah, I wasn't explaining. I just said it.
Right.
And then,
She didn't care about you.
that's
She
not
just-
what it was.
she
I was
just
on the
said
phone
no.
with somebody, and it was a passing comment.
Well, that was the time that you felt comfortable expressing it.
Yeah, with Andy on the phone.
You needed sort of reinforcement from your friend. I understand that.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to have a friend when they enter into a...
just to put a bow on that conversation. just to wrap
All right,
that
Jerry.
Up. Just to wrap that up.
She said no and was not open to
that's
your
about
happiness,
it.
and that's fine.
It's
fine.
But let us
I
not
support
say
you, Jerry.
that it is. I appreciate
No,
all
I
lifestyles.
get it, Jerry. I know.
I'm happy that
We know.
it takes all types.
That's right.
We're all energy.
I
We're
know.
all matter. We all touch.
We're but dust in the wind, Jerry.
all we are is dust in the wind.
That's all we are.
Mm-hmm.
You know? We are stardust.
Let's put a bow on Polly. I want a big gift box.
We are stardust.
Polyamorous.
We are
with a
moonlight.
gift. We are matter.
Hey, that reminds me. I'm about to. All right, I should just not.
Just say it.
It's just so unrelated to anything.
No one.
what
when
this
has
may-
that ever mattered? Just say it. Sure.
Okay, so it's such a shame. This is a great song. Hold on.
Yeah, let's keep it going. Or you want to wait till the end of the song?
Sure. Remind me to tell my dumb story.
We'd never do that either. You got a dumb story.
What? What? What?
No one's, we're not going to say a word till
Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry. Jerry, talk.
All right.
Okay, good job, Jerry. What the fuck?
Go to www.thegrungepodcast.com. Leave a...
Make sure you enter in all the W's like Jerry.
Like, share, and follow. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Joe runs everything else but Twitter. Joseph,
I don't even know who that is.
Joseph runs Donnie runs everything but Twitter.
Donnie is in charge.
Donnie's in charge. Email the dog. Donnie.
I love that dog.
Yeah.
Can you guys send messages to Donnie, please?
Yeah.
Because he does work hard.
He does. He's tireless. Who do you think edits all this shit together?
You can tell.
It's not Joseph favorably editing all those clips for his own good. It's Donnie who's doing it all.
Why are they favorable?
They're all
What does that
favorable.
mean?
Mostly you talking, and then when I say something, they cut off.
Well, because
It
you're
just
always
sucks.
saying some contrarian negative shit.
That's not true. Well, not negative. I'm not negative. I'm not negative.
What?
I've been
You're
nothing but
not
positive
negative?
this whole album. This whole album, I've been like, this doesn't sound like that. It's because somebody hired Lane Staley for backing vocals. I've been like, that's not true. I've been trying to be real positive about this shit.
All right, Jerry.
I'm a positive motherfucker.
All right. I mean,
I'm all
that's not
sunshine and
true.
rainbows and white socks.
Where the river goes.
How long is this fucking song?
I don't know what that is. I'm just stoned and I'm having fun,
Doing
guys.
some Tiny
So if you
Tim.
don't like it, you find another fucking podcast to listen
Don't
to.
tell them that. Don't let them know they have options.
There are no guys. We're the only podcast out right now.
Ever. The number one within a 7-mile radius.
All right, Jerry, Mr. Negative.
That's not negative. We're the best podcast within 7 miles of our
No, that's not accurate.
in the world.
The world.
The number one podcast in Uzbekistan. They are
You know,
going.
people are listening to
They
our
are
podcast across several continents
I know.
of the world.
I saw that. I saw
It's
the little
wild.
thing. It's
we
very
get
cool.
we get a nice, we get some stats and information and analytics for the podcast
Yeah.
worldwide. Bitch.
Swedish. I get people from
Worldwide.
Sweden, Ireland. We have a lot of people in England. It's all the Twitter people I talk to. It's fantastic. What a
All right,
great
guys,
way
we're
to make a
wrapping
living.
up. That's it.
What's your dumb story?
That was the end of
Core.
this debut album from Stone Temple Pilots.
Core.
All right, there it is. I really like that album.
I did too. I'm fantastic.
I can bust balls on whatever its derivative nature. At the end of the day, I have a good time when I listen to the album.
It's good music. That's all you need.
That's
to know.
really what counts. You want to be cerebral, like that's the kind of thing that would never allow me to put Stone Temple Pilots on any kind of best of list or whatever. If a band has, whatever, even a band like Led Zeppelin, who God knows I love me some Led Zeppelin.
right.
But when you start asking me, what's the greatest song, which we know is from Living Colour, Cult of Personality, and all that, if somebody says to me, oh, what about Stairway from Heaven? What about Led Zeppelin 4, Well, I love it so much. But let's be honest. Led Zeppelin has some plagiarism issues early days there. So, no, not going to include them, despite the fact that I love it. So, like Stone Temple Pilots, I love this album. I can have fun listening to the album, and I do. As long as I don't think any deeper about it, there's no problem.
I never think deep about music.
I know.
So it's pretty it's pretty cut and dry for me. Good time, easy to listen to. Would I skip some tracks? Oh yeah, but I skip tracks on every album.
Do you?
Sometimes if I don't like it, if I don't catch the vibe.
Yeah. You don't have a lot of albums in your life that are like a straight through, like, I love this album.
Yeah,
I love this ride.
nothing will cover here.
Oh, all right.
I mean, well, let's say I take that back. 10's easy to listen to all the way through.
That's a masterpiece.
Dirt, you can listen to all the way through.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
All right.
for what we've done so far, the Mother Love Bone effort. Every song on that,
I ain't
fantastic.
skipping shit on that
There's
album.
not one album I'll skip on that. Not one song I'll skip on
I
that.
love fucking Mother Love Bone.
I mean,
God damn.
louder than love, maybe one, but that's it. So I mean, we're covering a lot of good music, but like in my personal collection before.
And dude, think of we have so many like shockingly good albums
coming up
still to do.
And I'm so glad that the format changed a tad, so we're able to include a lot of them.
Yeah, we're drifting to the very end of 1992 now. Finally, we've only got a couple maybe things left to touch on 1992, and then we're into a whole new year, and I think that means pretty soon we're going to see a return of the Nightbird.
The Nightbird sessions.
The Nightbird
Is that something we should
is coming soon.
The Nightbird. We actually have guests and props.
Yeah.
For the Nightbird. I don't think we have guests, but
I'm like, what?
I'm
Who are
calling,
these guests?
I'm calling
Jerry?
the props the guests.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna be coming into a Nightbird pretty soon.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah,
I've actually told my whole family that is a
Really?
priority.
yeah. I'm gonna be as stoned as any human being has ever been ever in the world.
I would like some input on at least one song.
What do you mean?
One song.
What? What song? What do you want, Jerry? Tell me.
Well, not now. That's not the night. That's not the spirit of the Nightbird. It's a random playlist.
It's certainly not random.
Well, yeah,
It is heavily curated by myself.
You picked "I Got It, Man."
Right. For you.
You can't be trusted.
For you.
You can't be trusted.
That was for you, Jerry.
That was not for me.
That represents the sound of hip hop.
That was like it was my favorite song ever.
That was my favorite song in the world.
I got
Cult of Personality is objectively the best song in the world, but my favorite is "I Got It, Man" from Positive K. Okay,
What's your stupid story? We got
big fan. Oh no, there's no. Never mind.
Oh no, we waited all the way through.
Hey, so that's it, guys.
water done.
Thank you
Fuck the farmer.
for
The farmer done died.
tuning
All that.
in to this informative episode with Jerry and myself. We appreciate and love you.
And if we do offend in any form or fashion, it's
Go fuck
totally
yourselves.
unintentional. I did
All
not.
right?
I do not
Get a
mean
sense
to
of
be-
humor.
No. I did not mean to.
You tune out. Go cry. All right, cry to your fucking mama.
Oh damn.
Okay.
Jesus.
All right, tell her I sent you. Okay, because she knows.
And send me your
the
number.
name.
Give me a picture.
She knows my name. Okay.
Usually she sent pictures of her listening to our podcast in bed with little candles lit.
So if you've been offended in any way,
I apologize.
you know what you can do with it.
Go,
Okay?
go to your mom. She knows my name.
Now we're gonna talk to y'all real soon. Jerry, do you have any closing thoughts here today?
No, I don't.
Okay.
This was great, fun time. I think we did this album justice. The fact that we re-recorded it, I think we wouldn't have done for Blind Man.
I think it's because of us, primarily, that this album is a commercial success. I think they're probably going to see a spike when this episode
I think
comes
they're going
out.
to sell at least 13 new copies of Core.
Possibly. Everybody go out and buy some antiquated CD or something if you find
Get a
one.
cassette.
All right. We're going to talk to y'all real soon. We love you. Thank you. Don't be a square.